What a jagged little controversy. Guys, welcome back to the Tony Awards. As you guys know, the Tony Awards happened last night. Moulin Rouge came home with 10 Tony wins, Jagged with 2, and Tina, the Tina Turner musical, with just 1. I'm gonna break down if I think that the people that won deserved to win. Obviously, the JLP controversy is addressed as well, so let's get into it. And we just got confirmation that the Tony Awards comeback did 2.62 million views, that is terrible. And I can see why. I mean, they should just put it on a streaming service at this point, because I think people are more into streaming now, and it's this traditional broadcast I don't think works for it. So best musical, I do think that Moulin Rouge deserved to win. I think Jagged and Tina were good shows, but I think that obviously with the controversy with Jagged Little Pill, and Tina is kind of your average jukebox musical. And Moulin Rouge, would it have won? Would Moulin Rouge have won in a traditional season in which COVID never happened? I personally did believe that it was a top contender for best musical, and it would have certainly gotten all the nominations in a regular season. But yeah, I do think that it deserved to win, and I think it could have won in a non-COVID season. Now, best, I think, leading actor in a musical, Aaron Tveit won, obviously. His speech was so moving, he got emotional, and I think Aaron Tveit is such a nice, sweet, kind guy, and he really did deserve to win that. In a regular season, he definitely wouldn't have won. I did legally see Moulin Rouge online. Then we have best performance by a leading actress, and Adriana Warren won for Tina, the Tina Turner musical. Still can't believe I'm doing that dance. I think Elizabeth Stanley deserved to win. I thought she just had a very nuanced, groundbreaking performance, and she was amazing in Jagged Little Pill, which I did see in Cambridge back in 2018, and I feel very disappointed that she did not win. Now, going on to best performance by a featured actor, Danny Bernstein, he got emotional. We all knew he was going to win, even in a non-COVID season. So for him to win was such a triumph, because his wife died, he got COVID, he's been through the mud, and he came back stronger and got the award. And it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Now, best performance by a featured actress. This is where we get into the controversy. So Lauren Patty Cake won for Jagged Little Pill. Obviously, you guys know the controversy. I'm actually gonna do a breakdown on the whole thing, but I do think it felt weird. It felt weird. You could just feel the weirdness in the audience. And she didn't even perform in the Tony number. Now, she probably would have won in a regular season, and you ought to know would have been the Tony performance. So it's just a huge mess, is all I have to say about Jagged Little Pill. And, yeah, man, I hope that Tony was worth it, Lauren. I really hope so, because I don't know what will happen to you. I want nothing good, but good for Lauren, but I don't know, man. This this seems a little bit awkward, if you know what I mean. Best direction of a musical, which so deservingly went to Alex Timbers, and he won in the theater, the Winter Garden Theater, which had Beetlejuice, which closed. It all comes full circle. He was so deserving of it. And for all the BJ fans, that sounded weird. For all the Beetlejuice fans that were disappointed that he did not win back in 2019, well, he won in 2021, and we got our worthy win. And he's been grinding, doing it. He's done his dues. He has such an imaginative mind, and I think he definitely fits the credentials for best director. And in a traditional season, I still think he was the one that was going to win. Best score went to A Christmas Carol, and the reason why the Paramount Plus section went by so quickly is because A Christmas Carol won a bunch of awards, but no one was there, so it went by really quickly. So best choreography went to Moulin Rouge. Very obvious. The woman that made the speech was very empowering, was very deep and moving, and a lot of the speeches were good. And this was a good Tony Awards broadcast, especially at the end with, Rent and Wicked and Ragtime having dual performances. That was a beautiful, beautiful section of the Tonys. Best scenic, costume, and lighting all went to Moulin Rouge. And it was very obvious. And even in a non-traditional season, I still think they would have won the majority of those awards, because Moulin Rouge technically is a marvel to behold. And best sound and best orchestrations went to Moulin Rouge. It was good to see Charlie Rosen, who we all know from BMC, get a Tony. And then we got to see Britton Smith accept a Tony for his organization on helping the black people of Broadway. And his speech was moving, it was powerful, and I was surprised with how some of them addressed the room and said that, they really called out Broadway and these institutions, and it was just really cool to see, and I'm so glad that Britton, has used his platform of BMC to jumpstart this whole thing, and that was just so epic and cool to see. Leslie Odom Jr. and, what's her face, Jennifer Hudson, Audra McDonald were fine hosts, kind of weak dialogue, could have been better. I think they were good hosts. They just had poorly written material. And so, yeah, I think that... Oh, and then best book went to Diablo Cody. And a lot of people said the book of Jagged Little Pill was very messed up, so a lot of people didn't like that. So overall, I thought the majority of people deserved to win. And I think that Moulin Rouge and Jagged Little Pill would have still won Tonys in a non-pandemic season. As for what I think is going to stay open and close, I think Tina will stay around for a little bit longer. I think Moulin Rouge is in for a nice, healthy run. Jagged Little Pill, especially with all of its controversies, I'm very confident the show will not be open by the end of this year. And if it is, it will be on its last pins and needles. And I think that that whole controversy is just so... It just really is out of their control at this point. And I don't want to talk about it too much because I want to make a video on it, but... yeah. And then the Tony performances were all very awesome. Like, all of the performances were so great. There was an electricity. The audience was clapping. And it was just so good to get Broadway back, to get a new Tonys. And it's just... I'm so excited that I'm on this new journey for YouTube to create Broadway-style content. And that we are getting back to my bread and butter of what I wanted to do YouTube for, and ultimately just being able to see all of the new movie musicals, despite a lot of them not doing well. We still got everybody's talking about Jamie, The Come From Away Pro Shoot, which I have not seen yet, Dear Evan Hansen, Cinderella, Annette, In the Heights. We have Tick Tick Boom and West Side Story coming up. We have the Tony Awards. It's a great time to be a Broadway fan. And I'm very excited and appreciative of all of the amazing content and just big stuff we've gotten in the past month, and I'm very happy. So yeah, make sure to like, sub, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Tony Award Day out. That was an awkward outro, but you get what I mean.